Let's talk about the hardest slash craziest training run I have ever done in my running career. We're going to be throwing it back to almost 3 whole years ago, January 31st, 2019. I'm about 3 weeks out from the Black Canyon 100K ultramarathon, and I have my last big week of training. The goal that week, I remember clearly, was to run 20 miles Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 80 miles total in just 4 days, with 2,000 feet of elevation gain minimum within each one of those 20-mile runs. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I went to Newport Coast and did the same 20-mile loop, kind of my tried and true during my ultra marathon buildup. I ran there all 3 days, but on Wednesday night, it rained pretty heavily, and when it rains heavily, they would close down those canyons. It can get very muddy, very dangerous around that area, so I knew they were going to be closed down. Thursday, I head over to Fairview Park, which is just about a 10-minute drive from my house. A lot of dirt and not too many hills, but I know I could find a way maybe to get some elevation gain in and do a big 20-mile loop. So I'm doing the dirt hill up and down, a few loops up and around. There's a cement hill that you can go up, so I was kind of going down this dirt hill, around, up a cement hill. It's about 700 meters or so per loop. I was doing that for about 5 miles when all of a sudden it starts to pour rain again, like downpour, absolute drench. And I thought, okay, I'm 5 miles in, I need another 15 miles, I need probably 1,500 feet of elevation gain too. I need to keep doing elevation, and I need to get these 20 miles in. And I'm telling you, at this point in my training, guys, I was borderline psychotic. Just so obsessive with getting the run done that nothing, literally nothing, was going to stop me from hitting that 20 miles and getting the 2,000 feet of elevation gain. So for the next 15 miles, I ran up and down one cement hill that's right around 400 meters, 65 times. Yes, no joke, over and over. Took me, I believe, 2.5 hours. I remember my stomach was also hurting very, very bad that day, so I had to make a couple bathroom breaks at the top of the hill. But we got it done. It was so cold. It was very, very windy, raining very hard. I was drenched, but literally nothing was going to stop me from getting those 20 miles in. I always heard David Goggins in his book and in his interviews, he'd say, you got to callous your mind. And I always thought I was callousing my mind on these normal 20-mile runs during the day when it was nice and sunny in the canyons, which were still tough runs. But this run, I really, truly discovered, I think, what it means to callous your mind.
They don't know me, son!
And leading up to that point, I was a little iffy. I knew physically I was going to be able to finish 100K, but mentally I was a little nervous if I was going to be able to, mentally prepare myself for all the pain I was going to run in a 100-kilometer race. And after that run, 20 miles up and down one single cement hill, I knew in my heart that mentally I was going to be prepared to finish the 100K ultramarathon in just 3 weeks' time. So actually, let's head over to that little spot right now and I'll show you the hill. Here is the start of the cement hill, just up this way. Right around here is where I would flip it around every single time, going up and down the hill. And there you have it. Not exactly the most conventional way of getting in 20 miles, but at that point in my training, I was so driven, so dedicated, and that's how I got it done that particular day. I still think to this day, in 10 years of running, that is the craziest and hardest training run I've ever done in my life up until this point. I want to know, what is your craziest slash hardest training run you have ever done? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you tomorrow. As always, be good humans, do good things, search for happiness. Peace.